Hi guys, how you doing? This is Left Freedom Ring coming at you. Hey, it's getting dark. That's why you can't really see me, at least the top of my head anyway. There's no hair up there anyhow, or barely any. Anyway, I just wanted to do a quick video on the election. So, what I thought pretty much happened. People were talking about this big tsunami, which I never bought into. I was kind of a, I'll believe it when I see it. It's just because I've heard it before. I mean, we heard it back in, 2018 and 2020. I remember people, all kinds of memes and stuff out there, but it never really came to fruition. The only time I can really say that it really happened was back in like 94, and that was a long time ago. But while Democrats are pleasantly surprised, I think a lot of them are going to come into reality because the House is probably looking like, at the moment, this is the day after the election, so this would be November 9th. It looks like that the House will be taken by the Republicans, and there is a pretty good chance that the Senate will end up with Republican control. I know here in Arizona, the initial numbers that came out, people just didn't understand that they had Katie Hobbs like 11 points ahead initially. Same thing with Mark Kelly above Blake Masters, about 11 points. But what they didn't realize is those are all the really early votes, the mail-in votes. So that's what was being counted. So when people looked at that and went, oh, it's over. But, and maybe at the time it was, and maybe it is. But there's a lot more votes to be counted. And so far it's been trending very much in the favor of the Republicans. So there's very realistic chance that we may see not only the governor's seat here, as well as a Senate seat here with Blake Masters go Republican, as well as a couple of more state down ballot type of positions, which were all Trump endorsed. So I know right now the narrative that the media is coming out there that all the Trump endorsed people lost. Well, that's not really true. It's a mixed bag. Some people won, some people lost. But here, it's still, in Arizona, it's still, shaping, I guess you can say. But, the reason why I think I was skeptical is, like I said, I've heard it all before. The other thing is, look, we're a pretty evenly divided country when it comes to elections, okay? And a lot of people aren't going to be swayed one way or the other. They're going to vote the way they want to vote. I mean, I've sat down with people that were Democrats, vote Democrat every election, but I'll sit down with them and go line by line, go, hey, what about this issue? What about this issue? What about this issue? And we'll agree on all those issues, almost lockstep, okay? And then I inform them that those are kind of Republican issues, and we just happen to agree, or you just happen to see how or you happen to agree with how Republicans look at this particular issue, but they'll still vote Democrat, no matter what, because it's a form of programming, I guess you can say. It's just, they've always voted Democrat. They've always been told to vote Democrat. Democrats are for their particular demographic. Maybe they're a minority, or maybe they come from a union family, or maybe their families always voted Democrat. So they're just going to vote Democrat. Even though none of the things that the Democrats stand for they agree with, they're still going to vote that way. Okay? It's an interesting phenomenon. And there's people, and there are Republicans that are the same way. Although in my experience, most of the people that vote Republican actually kind of like the issues generally. But, the Democratic Party and the Republican Party are going through a paradigm shift right now. And a lot of people are relying on how the Democratic Party used to be. They're relying on how the Republican Party used to be. That's why the quote-unquote MAGA movement is interesting in that it represents the new Republican Party. Okay, now they put all kinds of, they're racist, this and that. They're radical, that type of thing. Well, my experience, they're not. Okay, they're just a new form of Republican. Because, like I said, the Democrats have changed and the Republicans have changed. And the new form of Republican, in my opinion, is more liberal. What I mean, classically liberal, okay? Meaning they're for free speech. See, I said this in another video. The authoritarians, when I was a kid, were largely on the right as far as when it came to free speech, Okay, it was the Republicans that wanted to limit, free speech, what people can say, and if it was vulgar or whatnot. They wanted to limit that. If you cussed a lot, they did this with rap music back when I was growing up. A lot of Republicans wanted to censor it because they said it was vulgar, but it's First Amendment, free speech. They can say whatever they want. Luther Campbell of 2 Live Crew went to court and won. Okay, to be able to sing about whatever he wanted to sing about. All right, or rap about whatever he wanted to rap about. All right. Now, and that used to be back in the day. That was, Democrats and liberals were more for free speech. Now it's the opposite. Now the Republicans are more for free speech. So there's a change here. Now, maybe people haven't realized it yet. I think that Democrats are doing a much better job of messaging. And I think that's what caused this election to not be that big tsunami that everybody was talking about. Now, it's very likely that the House is probably going Republican, and there's a good chance of the Republicans taking the Senate, or it being basically what it is now. Even if the Democrats take a 1 seat or take a 51 to 49 majority, it's still the same, because any tiebreaker is going to be decided by Kamala Harris, our vice president. So it's really not that much different. Now, what is different? If they do take the House, the Republicans take the House, then subpoena power, the power of the committees, the Speaker of the House is all going to change. So it is a big deal, even if it's by 1 seat. 218 is what they need. If they get 200, if the Republicans get 218, they're going to be good to go. Even if it was 240, it's the same thing. So anyway, guys, just a quick video. This video actually went a little longer than I wanted. When I get more light tomorrow, I'll put up another video. Anyway, Semper Fi, carry on. We'll talk to you later.